Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sammy Ketchum, and welcome back to Sammy Ketchum TCG. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the pace of play rules and the time rules from the Pokémon TCG. All right? Pokemon basically just sent out an email talking about not just pace of play rules, not just your first turn, but they were talking about the end of game rules. All right, the end of game rules, them going back to +3, also during the beginning of the game, your first deck search, when you go to price check, I'm just going to simplify it for you. You only have 45 seconds to do your first deck search. Whether you use like a Nazball or something to search your deck, you've got 45 seconds to basically look through your deck and figure out, what's what. You know what I'm saying? Because people have been taking way too long on this deck search, and it's really hindering the rest of the game. People are taking up from 2 to 5 minutes just doing this. And what they're doing is they're sitting there, they're taking their deck, they're literally taking their deck, and they're literally taking all the energies, all the Pokemon, they're taking out all the Pokemon, pushing it up to the front to check every single Pokemon, every single trainer, to see exactly what the prizes are. They're literally taking the time out and putting all the Pokemon up to the front, like this, within a 3 to 5 minute span, trying to check every single Pokemon, every single item, every single trainer, like this. And then they're literally checking every single card. Not only are they checking every single card, is that after they check to see what they have, then they're going to take time to write it down what each and every single prize is. And most of the time when you see this on stream, this is ridiculous. If you're watching that on stream, that's ridiculous. They're taking like 5 minutes just to do this, and then they're writing it down. And you really don't get to see the gameplay until 5 minutes, 6 minutes after. You know what I'm saying? So that's really a bad part. But the thing about it is, it's even longer when it's not on stream. Just think about if you're not on stream and you're doing this, and you're going through your deck and you're checking every single card. It's probably even taking longer. It's probably taking even longer. I guarantee you it's taking longer. So they cut that to 45 seconds. So now we have a determined time. Now we have a determined time. So since we have a determined time, that's definitely not going to be a problem. Okay? But that isn't the only problem. That's not the only problem. You know what I'm saying? Pace of play is a very, very big problem. A very big problem. What I've seen people do, and what I've noticed, every League Cup, every tournament I go to, even regionals, what they'll do is they'll sit there during either their turn or my turn. Well, really doing their turn. If they are, it's mostly when they're stuck. and they don't know what to do in the matchup. Or they're trying to figure out what to do and how to do it. And they need more time to think about what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. So what they do is they'll sit there and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just get a hand of 7 cards. They'll have a hand and they'll sit there and they'll kind of hand shuffle a little bit, sit here, think about the move that they're going to do. They'll hand shuffle a little bit to try to, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with you thinking about what you're going to do and what your next move is. But that shouldn't take that long to do. You shouldn't take like 2, 3, 4 minutes just to sit here to think about what your next move is going to be. Okay. They'll sit here, they'll hand shuffle, they'll check your discard pile. They'll use the time to check your discard pile to see what's in your discard pile. Oh, what's in your discard pile? Let me see if you played this and played this. Maybe they'll use that as a way of wasting time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, maybe I'll check to see if you played this. That way I know which move I can make. Or they'll check your discard pile, then they'll check their own discard pile, waste more time, hand shuffle a little bit more. Also, another thing that they'll do is like if they have like a search card going through the deck, they'll use a search card to search the deck. Maybe they'll get something, maybe they won't. But they'll use a search card to search the deck, and they'll take about a minute or two just looking through the deck, even though they may or may not get anything. Because if it's a card that's relevant to the match, or if they're getting a card to put on the bench or something like that, and they're actually getting something, okay. But like if they're just sitting there and they're going through the deck and they're just like, seconds go by, a minute goes by, and what they're really doing is they're using this time to kind of try to think of what to do. Either they're thinking of what to do, or they're actually wasting time. They're actually wasting time. So you either tie or lose. You know what I'm saying? Because, my thing is this. We're in a format that we have basically 4 top decks. And then there's some of the decks that are outside of that top 4 that are pretty decent. Dragapult, Guardy, Gholdengo, Charizard. Okay. We all know what the top decks are. Just about everybody plays either one of those decks or something like Absol, Zoroark, Joltebox, whatever. Some form of those decks. Donzard, whatever. We all play one of those top decks. You've played extensively. You've played over weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. You played with these decks, against these decks. You know the ins and outs of all of them. Just about. Don't get me wrong. Now, every situation isn't going to be the same. But you've played enough against these decks that you shouldn't be taking that long in the deck to try to think of a move or something that you could do and how to get out of the situation. You shouldn't be taking that long. Because, you've played against everything. I've played against everything. I've literally played against every single deck in the format. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's just like why would I take that long thinking about a move when I've seen all the moves? I've seen all the moves. I've seen all the Guardy stall plays that they can do. I've seen all the Badoo, retreat lock shenanigans that players can do to try to stall the game out. I've seen all the Dragapult shenanigans that they can do, all the Dusknoir shenanigans that they can do. We've seen it all. So, you know, it's BS. It's BS that people are taking this long with a deck search or checking the discard pile or let me see this card or you know, or either they're doing that using some type of search card or some form of checking and searching as a way of using up the time, or they'll just literally, they'll just sit there. They'll literally just sit there. And like they'll just sit there and they're just think just like, I've literally seen them just sit there. And they're just sitting there for like 2 minutes. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, if there's nothing you can do, if you know there's nothing you could do, look at your hand and do the best play that you could do. Look at your hand, look at the field, and do the best play that you could do. That's all you could do. You sitting here thinking for like 2 minutes isn't going to change the outcome of the game. Well, it actually may change the outcome of the game because it may be like a tie. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be a loss because of how long you're sitting here, you know, just sitting here like this. I've literally seen people sit here like this. And not doing anything. They're not hand shuffling. They're not looking through the discard pile. They're not searching their deck for anything. So that coupled with the first turn search and the 3 turn in the game thing is ridiculous. Another thing that I've seen is what was it? Gosh, I just had it in my head. Oh, when they go to play a card. All right. Let's say they're about to use. All right. Do I have one in here? Okay. Here it is. All right. Ultra Ball. Okay. They're getting ready to play Ultra Ball. And they're, you know, and they're deciding what. First of all, they're deciding what to discard with the Ultra Ball. So they sit here, and what they'll do with the Ultra Ball is they'll slowly put the Ultra Ball onto the field. And not only will they slowly put it onto the field, they'll literally like take the card and with their hand like this, it'll be barely touching the playmat. Whereas they're like, oh, maybe I won't play this. Maybe I will play this. Maybe I'll play something else. You know, like, and they'll literally take time out the clock just trying to put it down. And then they'll finally put it onto the field. And then they'll take about a minute or two deciding what they want to discard. So they'll discard this, and then they'll have another card they want to discard. And then it's like, oh, okay, maybe I won't discard this. Maybe I'll discard this, and they'll go flip-flopping on what they want to discard. And they'll take time off the clock thinking about what they want to discard. That is, I can't stand it. I literally cannot stand it. And then they finally discard it. You know what I'm saying? So they've wasted like 2 minutes there. Then they'll go Ultra Ball, searching their deck. Another minute or two, searching their deck for a card. They'll pick out a card and they'll be like, okay, I don't want this one. Put this one back. Maybe it's this one. Okay, no, put this one back. Get this one. You know, and then they'll look through the deck. They'll look like they're searching through the deck. And they're taking like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And I'm like, bro, you already took 2 minutes, 3 minutes on deciding what you want to discard the Ultra Ball. Now you're taking 2 more minutes with the freaking searching the deck, trying to pick out a card. Like, look, these matchups are pretty simple. You've played against everything just about. You know what I'm saying? Go through the deck, get your Pokemon if you're going to get something. And sometimes they don't get anything at all. Sometimes they're just using the search just to search. And they're just wasting time. It really pisses me off. It pisses me off so bad. So bad, so bad, so bad. You know, that, or they'll do this, like, if they have like a thing where they're shuffling the deck, they'll take a little extra time to shuffle, about a minute. You know, they'll riffle shuffle. They'll riffle shuffle like crazy. You know, and they'll try to shuffle, and then they'll hand you the deck, and then you'll take time to cut or shuffle their deck. And then they'll wait till they get their deck back, and then they'll make their action. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm calling place to play on all of it. It's time all of it stops. It's time all of it stops, and it stops today. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I know I myself take a little bit long to do things. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, not like I've seen a lot of things where people take so long to do things, and I've been nice. I've been very, very nice about, you know, about that. I've been nice about giving my opponent time to do things, giving my opponent time to think. You know what I'm saying? I've been very, very nice. You know, I've been very nice at the regionals about it. I've been very nice at the cups about it. I haven't said anything about people sitting there like this, just wasting time. I haven't said anything. You know, because, like, thing about it is that, like, in my mind, I want to have good sportsmanship. You know what I'm saying? I want my opponent to play at their best. You know what I'm saying? I want them to play at their best. I want them to have their best moves. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I want them to respect the game. I want them to respect our time. You know what I'm saying? If I lose or tie to them because they're taking so long, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to feel like I got cheated. And I'm going to feel bad. I'm going to feel like that I did not get to play a good game of Pokemon. Now, if I just get beat just straight up, okay. But if you're sitting there and slowly putting down your card, you know, searching through your deck for about like 2 minutes until you finally decide on your Pokemon and all that jazz, I'm going to freaking flip the script on you. Like, and I'm not talking about the Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? So all that has to stop. It really has to stop. Yes, this is a long video, and granted, I'm talking about a serious topic here about pace of play, wasting time in the game. Oh, then another thing that I see is this is the reason why they took the +3 turns away. All right? This is the exact reason why they took the +3 turns away. For one, players, they know when time is going to be called. They know that time is going to be called. So they'll sit there and they'll manipulate that last turn. And they'll take as much time as possible on that last turn. Then time is called. Right? And then when time is called, they'll take even more time off the clock. They'll run out the clock. Time is called. Then they'll take even more time off the clock on that same turn that they ran the timeout on. Okay? Then they'll finish that turn. They'll pass it to you. You only have a short amount of time to do your turn. Because now, not only, well, +3 turns are back, but there's a time limit also on those 3 turns. You only have 15 minutes. So if your opponent already took 20 minutes on his turn, then the time ran out. Then if he sits there and takes 5 minutes or more after the time is called, then passes it to you, you don't have, even though you have 2 turns, you don't have a lot of time to finish the game before the time runs out. Either the time runs out or you do the 3 turns. But if time runs out before the 3 turns are up, then the game is just over. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? So they're gonna, I've seen people take as much time as possible on that initial turn, or they'll try to manipulate the turns where they get more turns. It's like, oh, you're turn 0. No, I'm turn 0. I get this turn. And then they'll end up getting the last turn. And if they get that last turn, they'll see if they can win on that turn. Like players, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm just sick and tired of people manipulating the time, manipulating everything. Like, why do you gotta manipulate shit? Why do you gotta manipulate shit? You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is just play the game, win the game. Play the game, play the deck as it's designed to be played. And win with the deck strategy. Win with the deck strategy, win with what you could do and how you could do it. You know what I'm saying? You manipulating the time shouldn't be a factor in how you win or tie the game. You know what I'm saying? You're a scum. You're a freaking scum. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. This is exactly why I play decks like Miraidon, or like energy acceleration decks like Mega Charizard and things like that. I play decks that I know like the back of my hand. I know like the back of my hand. I look through the deck. I barely even have to check prizes because I automatically know exactly what's in the deck, how I can run it, what I could do. Every single play, every single time I set up, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know exactly how I'm going to do it. Every single deck that I play against, every single matchup, I know exactly how I want to play against them. It's like, oh, I'm playing against this. Okay, I know I want to do this, this, and this. And I already have an idea in my head of what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it, and how I want to go about those plays. Automatically. So I don't need to sit here and waste time on what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. I can play hard decks like Gardevoir, Dragapult, Absolbox, Control. I could play all of those little hard stally decks, Dragapult, whatever, Monkey Dory, Frozlast. I could play all those decks. I played just about every single card game. I've played Magic, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I've played Duel Masters, I've played My Little Pony, I've played World of Warcraft. I played just about everything under the sun. Oh, Digimon, One Piece, yep, I played them. But anyway, so when you want to talk about strategic playing decks and taking time and using that as a form of saying, hey, this deck is just naturally a slow deck, and then using that as a way of wasting time is not an excuse. Because whatever you can think of, I've played it. I've played stall decks. I've played control decks where you basically can't even play the game, where where you can't even, where a monster would attack and then you're not able to draw a card. And then you just sit there and then all you're going to do is like, oh, attack, you can't draw a card. Attack, you can't draw a card. Attack, you can't draw a card. Pass, 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 pass. Like, come on. Like, you know, it's not right. It's not right. It's not right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say this for me. If I see any of those shenanigans in any games, I'm calling judge straight away. I ain't playing, bro. I ain't playing. Anyway, that is my rant for today. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Right now, down here in Charlotte, we are actually kind of snowed in for the first time in a long time. You know, I'm snowed in. We've actually got snow. But anyway, it's been a long video. I've ranted on long for enough. Have a great weekend. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, make sure you take care of yourself and each other. Thank you.